Well, good morning. It's day 40 something. I have no idea. I literally have no idea. Somewhere between 44 and 48. We just left the Best Western, got some laundry done, and Chippy didn't like it there for whatever reason. Normally she likes going out and running around, and she had the creeps the whole time we were there, so I'm glad to get out of there. There is a nice espresso shack right around the corner. We're in Wall, South Dakota. For those of you who go, mostly I think you see them on I-90, those little billboard signs and fields about wall drugs. It's here. It's big. It's a tourist store. I didn't go in. We got laundry done. That was cool. Ate at Dairy Queen twice. That's about it. Now we're going to the Badlands. Well, no, we're going to go get a half sweet mocha with an extra shot. 20 ounce, please. Whole milk. Thank you. We're going to go to the Badlands, and then we're heading east. All right, then. Well, it's day 46, and that's a nice shot of Jippy's butt. Come here, Jip. Come here. We have just left the Best Western Hotel in Wall, South Dakota. We're sitting in the parking lot of the local espresso shack, so I can get a mocha, half sweet, whole milk, extra shot, please. 20 ounce. Thank you. They're just not open yet. We're going to go to the Badlands, then we're heading east. All right, then. So this is the Buffalo National Grasslands, which is aptly named. Not that there are buffalo roaming around, but it is just grass plains. When I was walking Jippy the other day, there are some prickly pears about, but not many. Not like it was in Wyoming, that's for sure. Very beautiful rolling grassland hills. Pretty cool. All right, we're headed to the Badlands. There's Buffalo having breakfast. We are just getting ready to enter into Badlands National Park, and we've got an American buffalo having his breakfast right by the gate. Look at this guy scratching his butt. In the Badlands, found a place to pull over. I'm walking out on a rock face, and over across a ravine are two mountain goats sunning themselves. They saw me, or one did. One didn't even look at me. He saw me, just glared at me, but he was probably 100 yards away and across a ravine that was 200 foot deep. Sheer cliff. Yeah, no, he wasn't worried, but it was really cool. I got some good footage of it. Jippy and I have gone way off trail. I'm seeing a lot of bison or American buffalo prints in the mud, so I want to be careful. Do not want to run into any of them. Walked up into this box canyon. Truck's parked a couple miles behind me. You can see how the erosion works. Water will seep into a hole, break through, and just keep running down. And that's how these hills were formed and how one day they'll disappear. I mean, these hills are mostly just dirt, mud, not really clayish, but kinda. Dear Jippy. Beautiful ridge line over there. Spires. Truck is over those hills right there a ways. I'll find it. Jippy will. Here you can see the bison tracks in the mud, or what was mud. That's kind of cool. I don't know if that's some kind of cave over there. Well, I should probably investigate. pretty steep here. Not a lot of people here, but it's early. Well, Chippy and I just visited the Badlands. We were able to capture some video of two wild mountain goats. That was wicked cool. Plenty of American buffalo around. We were in a box canyon. We were way off trail in a box canyon with some fairly fresh footprints, which made me a little nervous being back there where buffalo may be found, but we didn't see any back there, so no worries. Chippy would have sounded off way before we saw him anyway, so there was no danger. So now we're heading east on Interstate 90. Oh, Chippy and I are rolling. I-90 east. Just had some pizza slut, a Snickers bar. Chippy didn't want any pizza. Okay. She went for a nice walk. Three-fourths of her body is on top of the Dometic, and then her rear legs are standing up in the bed. It's okay. You're right. I can tell she's about done with this whole driving in the truck business. Because I go off-road and she just gets beat to shit. She hasn't quite figured out if she just lays down. I actually make it so she can't bounce too bad. But it can't be easy. And she always wants to get back in the truck and go for a ride, so can't be that bad. You know, pretty much the entire way we spent the vast majority of our time on 2-lane roads, county roads, state roads, U.S. routes. It's kind of nice being on an interstate going 82 mile an hour. All right. I pulled into a rest area, hooked up the generator. We hopped back in the morning, the teardrop trailer, and turned on the AC. Working good. And then the generator kicked off with a CO2 alarm. I had the Jenny up on the tailgate, and it must have been blowing into the back of the truck, then accumulating, kicked off the CO2. Okay, so I put the generator down on the ground, threw a lock on it, climbed back in, everything seemed fine. Kicked off again. Went outside, the CO2 alarm didn't kick in, but something threw. So started back up, hop back in. I doze off. And I woke up again. The AC didn't seem to be putting out much cold air. And I'm thinking, Jesus, what the hell is going on? And I look at the clock. And hell, we've been asleep for 2 hours. All right. I fussed with the AC a little bit. It started blowing cold air again, and I said, you know, we're just going to hit the road. So, we're back at it. We're going to pull into Mitchell. That's where the corn palace is. I've been here. I don't know when. No, I don't remember when. It had to have been one of the times when I hitchhiked across the country. Because I remember a place called the Corn Palace. And I don't know what I remember about it. But I remember. Well, I don't know if I'm going to rekindle that memory or not. But I am going to get fuel. The temperature went from 92 to 82 in about a mile. I'm turning the AC off, cracking the windows. Well, it's day 46, and Jippy and I are calling it a day. We are in a rest area in Minnesota, somewhere around Magnolia, Minnesota. Everybody's fed but me, so that means Jippy's been fed. I pulled frozen chicken out of the freezer, chunks, put them in her bowl. She likes them frozen. Yeah. She's out. All right, then. We'll see you in the morning. Good morning, day 47. It is 5:45 a.m. We've been getting up earlier. We had a good night's sleep. We stayed in this roadside rest in or near Magnolia, Minnesota. I'm looking at the map. It doesn't say Magnolia on the map, but on the weather it did. So we're calling it Magnolia, Minnesota. We're heading east on I-90 today. Got a couple of stops we have to make. A couple of family stops. But feels good to be heading east. We're both tired. What a great time. All right then. Good morning. Well, Jippy and I just stopped at a roadside rest just east of Albert Lee, Minnesota, just west of Austin, Minnesota. Got Jippy fed. Minnesota's got nice roadside rest. Real nice. Met a guy there. Hey Newton, if you're out there, thinking about you, brother. Dude's got it going on. Had a nice Toyota Tundra that he cut the cap so you could stand up in a homemade topper that extended from the very end to the very front of the truck. Pretty freaking cool. Had a big wakeboard or a sailboard strapped to the side of it. But what I found most interesting, and I don't know why, because I've not seen this show very much, but he's a commercial fisherman. Bering Strait, Alaska, and yeah, he knew some of those guys wasn't on any of those boats that are on that popular TV show. That's what he did. Damn, that's hardcore. Newton, you're hardcore. It's good meeting you. He really dug Jippy. I hope I had some influence on him to get another dog. Not because he should have another dog, but because there's a dog out there that needs him. He got it. I hope he gets it. All right then. Well, we're on I-90 East. The first time we were in Minnesota, we were up north, crossing US Route 2 to the west. Now, we're headed east on Interstate 90. It's 79 degrees, breezy. I'm tired of driving already. I've only gone 168 miles today, so about halfway for the day. All right then. I think once we cross this river, the mighty Mississippi River, we will be in Wisconsin. Mississippi, Old Man River, he keeps on rolling. I think that's all I know. Ah, Wisconsin. This is the Midwest. We have entered the Midwest. We have left the West and have entered the Midwest. Don't you know? I like the Midwest. I like it all. Quite honestly, I like it all. Boy, that water's blue. People out there having fun, fishing. Probably a little chilly. Oh, it's 82 outside. Probably not very chilly. All right then. Well, we're rolling pretty good. We've gone 364 miles today. It's about 1:45 in the afternoon. So I'm about ready to call it a day. I want to get on the other side of Madison, Wisconsin. That way, tomorrow, on Sunday, I can get up early and get through Chicago before it becomes a pain in the ass. Though it'll be Sunday, so it shouldn't be bad. But Chicago right now is 181 miles, so I want it to be about 150 miles away that I can make in, 2.5 hours. Get up and hit the road by 6, be in the middle of Chicago by 8:30 on a Sunday. I can handle that. I'll be all right. All right then. So here in the next 30, 40 miles, I got to find a place to crash. I don't know what that is up ahead, unless it's a golf range. And that's just a big fence to keep golf balls from hitting the interstate. It's got to be what it is. That's a big fence. It's got to be. Well, we'll see when we get up there. That's a big ass fence. I mean, that's got to be 60 feet. Jippy was laying exactly right here. I was sitting on the step of Morty to the right of her, scrolling Instagram. We're parked at the far end, almost the ramp to get back on I-90, but a nice shade tree, so I'm parked under a shade tree, which we normally park as far away from all the people going into the bathroom as possible, just because it just makes an awful lot of noise at night. So we're sitting there and Belle lights up. I turn and look. She's already up and moving away from me. And there is this big black German Shepherd bearing down on her from 30 yards away. They collide. The big black dog bites Belle in the neck, but she's wearing her collar, which is a 2x4 sized lithium battery, and she lights into this German Shepherd, and with her howling, she not only freaked that dog out, she freaked the owners out. So by now the owner, I instinctively pull out my knife because I'm going to jump on this dog and cut its throat. Of course, I didn't. But the owner, big fat fuck, comes running over. Now the dogs have... Now they're still mixing it up. But the big black Shepherd, you could tell he had had enough. Because Jippy she was on fire. And she was so loud. That freaks people out. When she goes into hollering, it's loud. And it's a sound that a lot of people have never heard before. It sounds like someone's being murdered. Well, freaked the owner out. The owner came over and started kicking at his dog, because the dog's not on a leash. Starts kicking at his dog. And by now, Jippy is kicking his ass so bad, I'm not doing anything. I'm just watching Jippy go at it. And the guy gets his dog away from Jippy. Never says a word. The guy never says one word. He starts to walk away with the dog because the dog's got a collar and he's got hold of the dog's collar. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have.
He kicked the dog away, and the dog takes off away from Jippy, and Jippy ran after him, nailed him again. I called her back, and I told the guy, if your dog does it again, I'll kill him. That might be why the guy didn't say much. So his dog takes off about 50 yards away across the road, and the owner goes over there, finally gets control of the dog, and gets the dog put back in his car. Jippy, she's a little rattled, but she jumps up into Morty and lays down, goes to sleep. Big black thug shepherd tried to jump on my Jippy, and she kicked his ass. Well, I wouldn't say she actually kicked his ass, but she gave him all he wanted. He didn't want any more, that's for sure. So that's about the only interesting thing that happened all day. I do not know. Gotta be golf. Only a golfer would be crazy enough to put something like that together. Oh yeah, it's definitely golf. One of those multi-tiered driving range where golfers. I golfed some with my grandpa. It was fun. I didn't get obsessive about it, but it was fun. It took too much time though. Well, it's day 47 and it's pretty much good night time. It's only it's about 20 after 7 p.m. But we're tired. Jippy is. I am. We're going to get up real early tomorrow and hit the road before sun up. Hopefully. Or not. We had a good day today. Met a new friend, Newton, the commercial fisherman from Alaska. Jippy got jumped by a big black thug, German Shepherd. Big old dog. It came barreling down on her, and I thought, oh no, this isn't going to go well. Jippy did just fine. That scream of hers, God damn, she lets out that holler, and it curdles the blood. So she's okay. She didn't get hurt. All right then. Good night.